shit. Let me stand up. Hellcat, man. Shit. Hellcat getting old out here in these streets, man. Just to stand up is like, nowadays. But some of you niggas are asking me, man, Hellcat, bro, what's up with it, man? What do you think about Diddy getting 4 years? What do you think about that, bro? Come on, bro. What do you think? I saw the comment, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let you guys know about what I think about Diddy being in jail for 4 years. Nigga, that ain't shit compared to niggas that's doing a life sentence out here in these streets. Niggas who don't have girlfriends, who don't have wives, who don't have women that look like Cassie. Nigga, a 4-year sentence ain't shit. And then you're gonna do only half of that. So you're gonna do about 2 years and they're gonna let you out and you rich as fuck still. Shut up. I don't wanna hear that, bro. Diddy, that shit ain't shit, bro. If the feds came for me and they told me I gotta do 4 years in prison, I would do that shit on my head because I've been out here on the streets, nigga. I ain't get no pussy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no woman on my arm or nothing like that. If the feds came and got me right now and say you gotta do 4 years, I would do that shit on my head, bro. I got somebody taking care of me for the next 4 years. It ain't like, nigga, you feel me? Like, it ain't like you taking pussy from me or nothing like that. I haven't got sex in 2 years. I haven't had sex in 2 years. So if you came and got me, I'd be like, okay, you taking care of me for the next 4 years? Okay. What they call it? Three, what they call it? Three hots in a cot? 3 hot meals and a cotton, you know what I'm saying? You know, 3 hot meals and a cotton, you know, place that I can lay my head. Are you kidding me? A nigga been out here on the streets for like hella long. I don't have a bed, man. I don't have access to a shower. I gotta take whole baths. So a prison for me for 4 years, and I'll do that shit on my fucking head, man. I've been in jail with niggas who did, you feel what I'm saying? 3 years on their head. You feel me? When I was in jail, bro, niggas been in there for 37 months, 38 months, 40 months. They're not blinking an eye, bro. That's nothing, bro, compared to what he was about to get. You feel me? So I don't feel bad about Diddy getting only 4 years, nigga. That ain't nothing. You're gonna do half of that, bro. You'll be out in 2 years or 2.5 years. Bro, that's nothing compared to what you was gonna get. The fuck you doing, bro? The fuck out of here with that fucking son of a bitch. Fuck out of here, man. That's nothing, bro. You feel me? You need to turn that fucking shit off, bro. You really need to turn your shit off. Yeah, turn that shit off. Turn your bitch that shit off, bro. I will come over there and I will whoop your motherfucking monkey ass. I will whoop your motherfucking. I ain't playing. I come over there and fuck you up, bro. Son of a bitch. I will come over there and fuck you up. I ain't playing. But like I said, I'm back to what I was saying about Diddy, bro. Like, bro, you been rich for like 30 years. Look at me. I've been on the streets for like 7, 8 years. I haven't had uh, uh, I haven't had a consistent flow of pussy, you know, within the last like 7 or 8 years. So I'm not gonna feel bad. I'm not gonna feel bad for Diddy. Diddy, he's been rich for a very long time. He's been fucking beautiful women for a very long time. And no, that's not nothing. That's nothing to like. That's nothing. Let me tell you something, bro. If the like I said, bro, if the feds came to me, bro, up on that real shit, bro, and they said you got to do 4 or 5 years, I'll laugh at them. Cause I'm like, really, you gonna take care of me for the next 4 or 5 years, nigga? I've been on the streets for a long time, laying on concrete floors and shit. I finally get a bed and a shower. Boy, that ain't nothing, bro. Let's get up out of here, man. This motherfucker, he beamed this shit out. I'm gonna go over there and ask him, why did you beam your shit on me, bro? For real. Let's get up out of here. Throw the shit in the garbage can. Bruh, 4 years? That's laughable, bro. Bro, I would do 4 years on my fucking head, bro. If the judge gave me only 4 years, I would laugh in their face and be like, I'll be out in 4 years. Don't trip. You feel what I'm saying? The fuck you do that, fucking bitch. I hate motherfuckers around here, man. I'm in a fucking destroying on motherfucker, bro. For real. You fucking bitch. You know, put that shit up on me, man. I'll beat your fucking ass. For real. I ain't got no time for no games, man. You feel me? I ain't got no time for it. I be don't beat your fucking ass. Doing that shit on me, bro. You feel me? I be don't beat your fucking ass doing that shit on me, bro. The fuck you doing, punk ass bitch? Yeah, you better get back in your car. The fuck is wrong with you, punk ass bitch? For real. Playing around, I'll be don't beat your fucking ass. I ain't playing. Punk ass bitch. Fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, the sentence that Diddy is getting, bruh, that's a walk in the park. And he did a lot of bad things to people. Diddy is a bad person, bro. He's not a good person, bro. Let's keep that a buck, bro. You feel me? Diddy is not a good person. He's not. He did a lot of bad people wrong. And he probably killed Tupac, man. Diddy probably killed Tupac. So I don't feel sorry for him getting 40 years. Like, nigga, that's a walk in the park, bro, for a nigga like me, bro. If the judge gave me 4 years, I'd be like, okay, you're going to take care of me for the next 4 years. I'm good. I get 3 hot meals a day. You feel me? I get a bed, and I could take showers on a regular. And I got access to a shower out here on the streets, nigga. I gotta take whole baths. You feel me? A nigga like me, I gotta take whole baths. I don't have access to a shower. I don't have motherfuckers giving me hot meals. When I was in jail for 2 weeks, bro, that was a walk in the park, nigga. Like the first week was hard because I'm not used to being in jail. But the second week, bro, it was a walk in the park. I got used to the niggas up in there, bro. I made friends up in there. You feel what I'm saying? I knew the niggas up in there, a little bit more, right? And it started becoming more of a walk in the park, nigga. The 2 weeks that I did in jail, nigga, it was nothing. I hated to go back to the streets, man, and having to sleep on a concrete floor, man. You know what I'm saying? Versus, being in a bed, man. Most of the time when I was in jail, nigga, I stayed in my bed. I was comfortable in my bed. You feel me? I was comfortable in my bed. I was like, man, this is living. For real. And I had, motherfuckers in jail cooking, a spread for me and shit. The motherfucker, the carjacker that I was sharing, the bunk, the fuck, shut up, bitch. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Fuck you. Honking your horn, bitch. Fuck out of here. Anyway, the carjacker that I shared the bed with, bro. Well, I didn't share the bed with him. He was my bunk mate. He was on top of the bunk, and I was on the bottom of the bunk. That nigga cooked me up a spread that I'll never forget. I don't know how he fixed that spread, but it had an egg in it, and it had some food coloring in it, some rice and noodles or whatever, top ramen. The way that motherfucker fixed that spread, bro, I was like, bro, what the fuck is this shit, bro? This is better than the shit in the kitchen. You been locked up for a while, you figure out how to be creative, nigga. You feel me? You been locked up for a while, then you figure that shit out. But in return, I gave that nigga, I gave him chips, Milky Way bars. Okay, I wasn't gonna be there for a long time anyway, so I was hooking him up with chips, Milky Way. And that shit is like gold in jail or prison or something like that. Like chips is like, man, that's a luxury in jail, man. Especially to a nigga that's been in there for like 40 or 50 months. Chips, that's something that you don't really come by like really easily, man, in jail, man. Chips or Milky Way bars, Snickers, all that shit, you gotta buy that shit, man. If somebody put money on your books or whatever, you feel me? Like, you gotta buy that shit, bro. It's not easy to come by. Like mustard and shit like that, bro. In jail, bro, you don't get that easily, bro. Mustard, or even salt and pepper. It's just that's not easy to come by in jail, bro. You feel me? So I don't really feel sorry for Diddy, bro. Like, bro, you've been out here free for like years, and you've been living the life of luxury for like years. 4 years ain't nothing, bro. That's nothing. 4 years ain't nothing, bro. I'll do that on my head. I'll do 4 years spending on my head, bro. I was like, okay, you want to take care of me for 4 years? And they do take good care of you in that jail, man. You feel me? They take good care of you in prison and in jail. And he in protective custody. Oh man, he gonna live life, man. You feel me? He gonna live a life, man. He gonna live, man. That's a good life, man. To me, man. When I look at Diddy, I'm like, nigga, you doing a good, nigga, you gonna have motherfuckers out here taking care of you, bro, for the next 4 years. Maybe it's not a good life to him, but to a nigga like me that's been on the streets, you feel me? I'm gonna be like, oh man, you get 3 hots in the cot? And it's like, god damn, Kelcat been sleeping on the concrete for the last fucking goddamn, year or two. So for me to come up on a bed, nigga, me going to jail for like 4 years, that's a come up. I ain't been getting no pussy anyway out here. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? I ain't getting no pussy out here. I ain't getting no pussy up out here, bro. It ain't like I got a good sex life. So going to jail for 4 years, nigga, I do that shit on top of my motherfucking head, nigga. That ain't shit. And he ain't gonna get the full 4 years, nigga. He gonna get that shit. He gonna get 2 years. He'll do half of that. With good behavior in prison, he'll do half of that. And there's no telling when Donald Trump is gonna kick in the door and save his ass, okay? Donald Trump might pardon him. then again, it's only 4 years, bro. So Donald Trump might not do that. What's up with B2B? You know what I'm saying? What's up? He's a high. That's funny. Nigga, if the judge said, man, you gotta do 4 years, Cat, I'd be like, really, nigga? You gonna take care of me for 4 years? I've been on the streets for 7. You gonna take care of me? Bruh, when I was in jail, bruh, I was getting like food for free and shit. I'm like, oh shit, this is for free? And then I had my own bed, nigga. I must have had laid in my bed for 2 weeks. Cause I ain't never had a bed before. Hey, you feel me? Bruh, I ain't had a bed. So for Diddy, bruh, I'm jealous. Matter of fact, I'm jealous of Diddy right now at this point. Like, nigga, you got a bed and access to a shower? Hey, I'm like, nigga, you lucky, bro. Diddy is lucky, bro. That's luck. Like, to a nigga that been struggling for the last like 8 years of his life, bro. You got access to a shower. Ooh, oh man. And then you get 3 meals a day, and they all healthy. You got healthy meals. You know, they don't feed you that processed shit in jail, man. They feed you carrots, rice, chicken, you know, all that good shit in jail, man. So what you complaining about, nigga? You got somebody taking care of you for the next like 4 years, nigga. Hey, bro, if I was in jail, let me tell you something. It might seem odd of what I'm saying right now. You feel me? If I had somebody taking care of me for the next 4 years, I would love it. I'd be like, nigga, you taking care of me. Compared to my situation where I've been staying on the streets for like 7 years. When I was in jail, bro, I was loving that shit, bro, almost. I was like, I hate to like love this shit, man, but I love it. And then, the thing is, you got people to talk to in jail, man. You ain't isolated. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, in his case, he's isolated because he's a celebrity. But, bro, you got it good, nigga. 4 years, somebody taking care of you, nigga. Oh, man. And then you get, you get checkups, you get dental in that motherfucker. You feel me? The stuff that I don't get on the streets. I don't get dental. I don't get checkups. I don't have a doctor. In jail, nigga, you got a doctor checking up on you every single day. You know, making sure you live longer. You in jail, bro, you live longer, bro. You know, Selena's killer, she's still alive. Why? Because she spent most of her time in jail, bro. I think she got released a couple of years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. But she's still alive because she's been in jail her whole entire life. And they give you nutrients, you know what I'm saying, in jail, bro. It's like out here on the outside, you eat a bunch of junk food and shit. That's not gonna keep you along, and it's not gonna keep you alive, you know what I'm saying, your whole entire life. But if you've been in jail for a long time, they've been feeding you carrots and just nutrition. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, Diddy, you got it good, bro. I ain't gonna feel sorry for this nigga, bro. Like, you got it good. As a matter of fact, I'm jealous. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm jealous of Diddy. Like, bro, you got somebody taking care of you, bro, for the next 4 years, nigga? And you only gonna do half of that, which is like 2 years, nigga? I'm jealous. Nigga, I gotta go lay on the concrete. I gotta go lay on the concrete floor right now. You got a bed, nigga. When I was in jail, bro, I was like, man, this bed is good. Oh, I laid in my bed most of the time, bro. Like, bro, I laid in my bed like at least 80% of the time, nigga. You know, I probably won't make it for a week as a homeless person. Always sell your biscuits and gravy. yeah, you always gotta do that, man. You know what, bro? When I was in jail, I had biscuits and gravy. That shit was good, man. Some of that shit is good in jail, bro. Like, but some of that shit is garbage, man. You know, that's why it's always have money on your books so you can make a spread, man. You know, you know what I'm saying? You go to jail, you make a spread that's unbelievable. My homeboy, my bunk mate, that was a jacker that I was like bunked up with, that nigga made a spread, something from out of this world, nigga. I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? He was like, man, I did a long time in the pen. He was in the pen one time, bro. He was in the you feel me? The dude that I share a bunkie with, he went to prison one time. And he spent like 10 years in prison, bro. 10 years. So this nigga been in and out of jail, in and out of prison for like a long time and shit. His whole entire life he been in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. So I said, bro, this bread is fucking good. The shit had an egg on it, man, and it had food coloring, and it had top ramen, and some type of like it was a Slim Jim meat or whatever, because they, you know, in jail they get creative, so they start using like Slim Jim or like beef jerky and shit like that. And when I had that shit, bro, I was like, this shit is fire, bro. And bro, I must have gave that nigga some more of my. Matter of fact, when I left jail, I gave him the rest of my the money on my books. My money on my books was like $200, bro. I gave that nigga the rest of it before I left. I said, man, that shit was on fire, bro. Hook it up. It don't matter. I'm free, so you can have the rest of my money on my books, man. I ain't gonna be here no more. $200, that ain't shit. I make that shit fly in the sun. Here you go, brother. He must have been the happiest nigga in the world, bro, when I left, bro. You know what I'm saying? He must have been the happiest nigga in the world. But, bro, like, I'm jealous. I'm like, Diddy? 4 years? Bro, I'm jealous. Bro, you got 3 hots in a cot? 3 hot meals and a cotton pillow to lay on, nigga? I'm jealous. I gotta take a piss, man. I'm completely jealous, bro. 3 hots in a cot. You know, 3 hot meals and a cotton pillow to lay your head on, bro. Like, nigga, you tripping, bro. I don't feel sorry for Diddy, bro. I'm jealous of that nigga, though, bro. For 4 years, you got somebody taking care of you. Bro, when I was in jail, the doctors, they was checking everything. High blood pressure. They was monitoring your health and shit in jail to keep you alive and shit, bro. And I'm sitting back, I'm like, God damn, on the streets, I ain't never had this. Where doctors are checking up on me and making sure I'm still alive and shit, and making sure I got, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Bruh. Like, on the streets, you ain't got shit. You go to jail, bro, you got doctors. You got health care in that motherfucker, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, going to jail for 2 weeks, it was like a walk in the park. You feel me? I gotta take a piss, man. Shit. I gotta take a piss. So when you gotta go. When you gotta go, you gotta go. You gotta go, nigga. Like, bruh, you tripping. But in his case, he's been rich his whole entire life, so he not used to that. For a nigga like me, I'd be like, nigga, I'm jealous. You feel me? You feel me, be the beat, bro? I'm jealous. Whew. Gotta take a piss. Yeah, when you gotta go, you gotta fucking go, goddammit. Nigga, I'm jealous, bro. Like, bro. You got you got 3 hots in the cot, meaning that for the next 4 years you don't have to worry about paying no rent. Uh, oh shit. Now, if you had a good sex life, then I can understand like you tripping about going to jail and shit. Like, man, but Kelcat's sex life has been horrible. So when I went to jail, not having sex for 2 weeks, it didn't bother me. Not having sex for like 2 or 3 years, it don't bother me because I've been celibate for the last like 2 years. I ain't had sex in 2 years. And I'm kind of used to not having sex. You feel what I'm saying? So if you put me in jail for like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years, I wouldn't bat an eye. I'd be like, okay, let me okay, let me get my toothbrush and I go to jail, man, you know, for about 3 or 4 years. And I'll be like, okay, you want to take care of me? I'm good. It ain't like you take a life from me. It ain't like you taking a rich life from me. Nigga, I've been on the streets for the last 7 years without any access to showers. I got a fly sign to eat every single day. Matter of fact, flying a sign is work because you got to stand out there for 4 or 5 hours, you know what I'm saying, just to get a meal or 2 or 3 or whatever. You feel me? You know, what's up with it? You know, it's like, that's nothing. You got Diddy talking about, you know, I mean, he been rich for, Diddy been, don't get me wrong, bro, Diddy been rich for a very long time. But nigga who ain't never had nothing, bro, I've been on the streets, bro, 4 years, I do that shit on my head, bro. If the judge told me you got to do 3 years, you got 3, if the judge told me that I got to do 3 or 4 years, I'd be like, wow, hell yeah. You know what, bro? When I was in jail, bro, I had a nigga in there, bro. He must have got like 2 years or maybe a year and a half in jail. And he was an incel. And the judge told him he can't be around like schools and shit and stuff like that. And the judge fucking gave him like, how many months? Like a year and a half, and he didn't blink. He went back and he sat back down. I was like, nigga. And I thought about it. This nigga's used to going to jail. The judge must have gave him like a year or 2 or something like that, and he didn't blink an eye. He went back and sat down. The judge said, I sentence you to like a year and a half in jail or prison or whatever, and you can't go nowhere near a school or some shit like that. That's when I was in court. And he was an incel because he was sub 5. He definitely was sub 5. And he went back, once he got his sentences, bro, it wasn't like they had a bunch of fucking goddamn, you know, officers trying to calm him down or some shit like that. Bro, he basically took that sentencing for lunch. It was like breakfast for him. He went back and sat back down. I was like, nigga, ain't you just received like about, bruh, this nigga, he must have had received like 2 years this week. Bruh, he must have had sat back down like it was nothing. Like because he's used to it. He's used to being in jail, bro. And then it's like it becomes your home after a while, man. You feel me? Like when you a guy on the outside, you don't have a love life. You know, you don't have a sex life. You don't have none of that. So what are they taking from you? I'm like, when I went to jail, bro, I didn't have a sex life. I didn't have a woman in my life, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I've been celibate for 2 years. So what are you taking from me? I mean, matter of fact, you giving it to me, really. You just giving me my you feel me? I'm gonna get some chips or something, man. You know, you're helping me out. It's like, it ain't like I got a family and I got a sex life. No, I went to jail, bro, like it was nothing, bro. If they told me, Kelcat, bro, you got to do 3 more months, I'd be like, okay, cool. Let me sit in my cell. Let me get my three meals a day. I don't have to go out there and be in the streets. I don't have to get rained on. I don't have to worry about rent or nothing like that, bro. I'm good. Being on the streets compared to like being in jail, you'd rather be in jail than be on the streets. That's what it all boils down to. You feel me? It's raining and cold outside, and you got a warm cell, you know, where people feeding you 3 meals a day, and you feel me? You surviving like that. You feel me?
We've got a lot more. The life of a showgirl. We're talking Taylor Swift diss tracks, love stories. The latest Swifties everywhere are incoming right now. First, we got to see this. This is a big thing. Yesterday at the John Paul Zoo, Michigan, starting on with arts.
Shit, boss.
From NBC News, a new podcast where conversations and headlines are served.
So I'm like, isolated and you have to associate with no other prisoners. I'm jealous. Because out here, I've been isolated for a very long time. I ain't had a sex life, nigga. I ain't had no Cassie or nothing like that, nigga. Bruh, that's a walk in the park. So all you niggas talking about, oh, well, Diddy, he going to jail for about 4 years. And first of all, it's not 4 years. He'll do half of that 4 years on good behavior. As long as he got good behavior, he gonna do half of that. He'll be out of jail in 2 years. If the judge told me that I gotta go to jail for 2 years, nigga, I'd be like, what? Is that all? Man, you really adding on to my life. Because I've been homeless for a minute. I don't have access to a shower. I gotta take whole baths all the time and wash down and shit like that. I don't got nobody feeding me. You feel me? Eat this shit, man. That ain't nothing. Like, that shit ain't nothing, bro. Compared to what he was about to get, bro, the RICO charges, that's nothing. That's that's nothing. Ain't much. Do I get along with homeless people? Yeah, I do. They stop and say what's up all the time. You guys hear it, right? I hear. That's nothing. I got fools stopping by and saying what's up to me all the time. You guys hear it, right? Somebody said, "Oh, what's up, Kel? All right, what's up with it?" But a 3-year or 4-year sentence, nigga, that ain't nothing. Nigga, that shit ain't nothing. A 2-year, that's basically a 2-year sentence, bro. It's not like, when you get like a 4-year sentence, that means it's a 2-year sentence, bro. He gonna get half of that. With good behavior, he'll get half of it. As long as he behaves himself, he'll get half of that. And that ain't nothing. Nigga, a 2-year sentence ain't nothing. That's a walk in the park. Maybe to him it might be something, but to a nigga like me, that ain't nothing. Now, a life sentence, that's something that's different, you know what I'm saying? That means you ain't never getting out. Diddy will be out in 2 years, nigga. 2 years ain't nothing. You got somebody taking care of you for 2 years. That ain't nothing. He ain't doing nothing. It ain't like he got a 10-year sentence in 10 years. Like, nigga, it ain't nothing. Prosecutors wanted him to be in there for 11 years. But for like engaging in prostitution and stuff like that, you ain't gonna get no 10 years, man. That ain't worth no 10 years. You know? That ain't nothing. Diddy should get like 7 years, or he should get like 11 years. They can't give him 11 years for engaging in prostitution, bro. That's not realistic. But they can give him a couple of years, maybe 2 or 3 years. But Diddy wasn't gonna get. I hate to bust your bubble, but Diddy, for engaging in prostitution and shit like that, he wasn't gonna get 10 years. Come on, bro. You only get 10 years for armed robbery. Robbery, my bad. You only get 10 years for armed robbery. You don't get 10 years for being a John, bro. Yeah. Fuck all right. He gonna do 2 years. Which ain't nothing. That's nothing, nigga. You feel me? 2 years. 2 years ain't shit, bro. That ain't nothing. I swear you motherfuckers, you better not call it something, because it ain't nothing. You know? My thing is, man, for him to only get like, was it 50 months? That's nothing, bro. Before you know it, Diddy gonna be getting out, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you talking about a life sentence, that's different. I told you niggas, a 4 or 5 life sentence is better. I mean, a 4 or 5 year sentence is better than a life sentence. Yeah, he don't want to be there, but he got to be there. You feel me? Oh shit. That's nothing, bro. What he just received, bro, that's not. You feel me? 4 years is a walk in the park. You feel me? What's up, man? You know. Hey, what you think about Diddy getting 4 years, man?
Who? Oh, Diddy?
Yeah, he got 4 years. That's nothing.
He already did that already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It ain't nothing, though. 4 years is a walk in the park, man. He was about to get life. There's nothing, bro. To a nigga that been on the streets, bro, that's nothing to me. Like, I'll be like, let me tell you something. If I got 4 years right now, if the judge sentenced me to 4 years, I'll feel sad about it for a little bit. When I start thinking about motherfuckers taking care of me, I'm like, really? I'm being taken care of for the next 4 years. I'm not gonna be on the streets. I don't have to lay on the fucking concrete floor for the next 4 years, and I could be in protective custody and shit. You feel me? I'll be like, oh, nigga, show me where my cell is. Nigga, I'll start reading. You know. You feel me? I be like, nigga, this ain't shit, bro. I've been on the streets for the last years, nigga. Me and my girlfriend broke up. Ever since me and my girlfriend, like, bro, I got access to a shower. Oh. I'll be like, oh, I got somebody feeding me. What time is dinner? Bruh, when I worker and shit, you know, was calling me and shit, because I was supposed to turn myself in, right? And I was on the streets, and I'm still on the streets right now. I walked and called my caseworker or whatever, and I asked her, I said, hey, what time is dinner? I'm coming through the jail. I'm gonna turn myself in. She was like, dinner starts at 7 o'clock. Hurry up and get to dinner. I was like, okay. You know what I mean? I don't have to fly a sign and get a meal and shit. I had myself in. And the moment I turned myself in, I went in, I was like, bro, what time is dinner? Did I miss dinner? He was like, no, dinner starts at 7 o'clock. Okay, cool. I didn't miss dinner. Bruh, bro, I laugh at shit like that, bro. Give me like 3 or 4 years for somebody taking care of me and feeding me every single day. Look. Women ain't been a part of my life in 8 years. So what does it matter if I went to jail for like 4 years? What are you taking from me? I don't have a sex life. Okay? So it would be a fucking walk in the park to get only 4 years in jail or prison. That's like a walk. That's a walk in the park. Walk that shit, bro. I'll moonwalk that shit. I ain't just walking, nigga. I'm moonwalking that shit, bro. You feel me? Nigga, I moonwalk and I slide walk on that shit, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So Diddy, he lucky, man. That's called luck, bro. It could have been worse. It could have been a life sentence, bro. You feel me? It really could have been at breakfast. No, breakfast is at in jail. What time did breakfast start, man? Breakfast was at what time was breakfast? Okay, I got up around 7. Yeah. Breakfast was around 7. You right, B2B. It was around 7. Cause I got doing push-ups. You feel me? Like around 6. I think about 7:30 is when that started, right? And then lunch was at around like noon, like 11 o'clock, and dinner was at like 7 o'clock, 7:30 or some shit like that. That's easy living, bro. You got somebody taking care of you for the next like 4 years. You don't have to worry about no rent or grocery bill. You don't. If you get along with all the gangsters on the inside, man, you feel me? You get along with all the gangsters in the inside, man. You good. When I was in there, man, you know, I was getting along with the Serranios. We was talking and shit. I had a bunkmate that was cool. He was a carjacker, but he was cool, bro. That motherfucker was cool. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker made me a spread that I wouldn't believe. I'm like, that spread was good, nigga. I ain't never forgot about that spread he made me in jail, bro. That was a good spread, bro. You feel me? So if a motherfucker tell me that I gotta go to jail for about 3 or 4 years like Diddy, man, I would laugh at that shit, bro. I'd be like, ha 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 ha. Where's my cell, bro? Where's my comfortable, warm cell? I don't have to stay on the concrete no more, nigga. You feel me? Whew. Yeah, 13 hours without eating. No, it's not that long, man. From like, not that long. Not 13 hours. I say about, it's 11 o'clock is lunch. And then 7 o'clock is dinner. So I say about maybe 8 hours without eating. That's why I lost a lot of weight when I was. Okay, I'm out to a spot where it's not buffering and shit. You feel me? No. Breakfast is at 7, and then lunch is at um, lunch is at 11 o'clock in the daytime, where you get like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You feel me? You get an apple and some carrots, and what you want to do is some of the other jailmates, they'll like leave food on the counter that they don't like or they don't want. And if you're a guy that don't have money on your books, you might want to eat that. The motherfucker, he leave his biscuit on top of the counter, you grab it, because you ain't gonna eat for the next like 7 hours. So you kind of want to like eat as much as you can at lunch. And trust me, there's plenty of motherfuckers who don't like peanut butter sandwiches or peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. There's plenty of motherfuckers who don't want to eat biscuits. They don't like biscuits or whatever. They don't want milk or something like that. They might be super lactose intolerant. So whatever they do, if you ain't got money on your books, you might want to stick around and eat whatever people put on the table that they don't want. Some motherfuckers, they got money on their books, so they're gonna toss the peanut butter sandwich away, man, or the peanut butter and jelly sandwich away. You might want to grab that if you don't have money on your books. So you eat as much as you can, at lunchtime, because you ain't gonna get nothing until like, if you ain't got money on your books, you ain't gonna, you're not gonna get nothing until like 7 o'clock. You feel 7 p.m. So from 11 to 7, you ain't gonna eat nothing. That's like 8 hours. So you ain't eat nothing for 8 hours, man. So I say, stay there, eat as much as you can at lunchtime. Look for motherfuckers who throw away apples, because some motherfuckers, they don't like apples. They'll put their apples to the side. They'll put their cereal to the side. Sometimes motherfuckers, they don't like cereal. Because some of the cereal in there, it's like rocks, baby. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and when you ain't got money on your books, you better grab that cereal, bro, and eat that motherfucking shit. And then keep moving down, because what's going to happen is um, people going to leave and shit. So you got to keep moving down if you're not full. So sometimes motherfucker might leave a croissant on the table or whatever, because they don't want that. You know, some motherfuckers, they don't want their bologna sandwich or shit like that. They'll put it to the side, and you grab that shit if you ain't got money on your book. So you go ahead and eat that shit, man. You feel me? You know, eat that shit. You know, what's up with it? Eat that shit. You feel me? Uh, if you ain't got money on your books, you go ahead and eat it, man. Cause it's gonna be 7 hours before you get some food, man. You might want to sneak some food back into the spot with you. You feel what I'm saying? Like sneak the shit. You know, you feel me? You know, sneak that food back into the spot. You gotta put it by your balls though. Some motherfuckers, they was sneaking food back into the room, man. They was putting food by their balls and stuff. So you, yeah, you know. So sometimes motherfuckers do that shit, man. You feel what I'm saying? They have something to snack on, because you got like 7 hours to eat again. So you might want to take some of the nuts that they give you and put it by your nuts. I saw motherfuckers, they were sneaking food into the room, man. You feel what I'm saying? You know, they were sneaking food into the room. They would put nuts inside, by their nuts. Cause sometimes you would get nuts and stuff like peanuts and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, I don't know how some of the, but they would end up sneaking a fucking peanut butter or a bologna sandwich and back into the room. I'm like, bro, how do you, like one of the angels gave me a peanut butter or a sandwich. I'm like, bro, how did you sneak in here a salami sandwich? The guards are fucking are corrupt, man. They work with some of the gangs up in there, bro. I hate to be a snitch, but the guards, they're trying to make a little extra money on the side, man. So all the contraband and the drugs and stuff like that, the guards got something to do with that. But you didn't hear that from me. You didn't hear that from me. The guards, they want to make a little money on the side, because the guys ain't making enough being a sheriff. It's just they're not making enough, so they, you know what I'm saying? They bring in drugs. If you ever see drugs and stuff inside the prison, and it does make it through there. Don't get me wrong, drugs, they make it into the prison walls. It don't matter, bro. You think that shit is all happy-go-lucky and angel-like? Nah. You feel me? Like, the contraband, blades, drugs, that shit make it up in there, man. It makes it up in there. It does. Man. Is it between the butt cheeks? It don't have to be in between the butt cheeks, like the guards and stuff. They sneak that shit up in there for a hefty price, man. Drugs and stuff, alcohol, you can get it in jail or prison. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's what you willing to pay to get it. You got money on your books, you could take some of them Cheetos and Snicker bars And you could trade that shit in for drugs, man. The guy, the carjacker that I was sharing a bed with, like, bruh, I must have had gave him a bunch of Milky Ways, Cheetos, Ruffles, all kinds of chips. Bro, I gave him a lot of that shit because I had a lot of it on my books, man. You know what I'm saying? So I gave him like almost half of that shit, man, including top ramen and shit like that. Man, I gave it to him, bro. He was high for 2 or 3 days. He didn't sleep for 2 or 3 days. He was so high. He gave all the contraband. Not what am I saying? Contraband. He gave all the cookies and the snacks and stuff to a drug dealer, and the drug dealer gave him drugs. He was up for 3 days. I was like, bro, you ain't went to. I was tripping because this nigga ain't went to sleep in like 3 or 4 days. That motherfucker was on drugs, man. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So the drugs and stuff, man, they get in there, man. Alcohol, that gets in there too. You know? You feel me? The alcohol, the drugs, it gets in the jail or prison. It gets in there, bro. It does. Don't think it don't when it does. You feel what I'm saying? I was there, bro, because I saw the carjacker that I shared the bunk with, bro. I was like, this nigga been up for like 2 or 3 days. After I gave him the Snickers and the candy bars and the chips and stuff like that, all of a sudden this nigga, he's happy-go-lucky. I'm like, wait a minute. I done gave that nigga some chips and some Snicker bars, Milky Ways. I gave that nigga all that. I mean, because to me it's nothing because I've been on the outside, like, and I wasn't gonna be there for a very long time, and I had a whole lot of money on my books. Like I had like $200 on my books, bro. It was more than enough to last like a fucking goddamn couple of months, bro. It was like, and then I must have gave that nigga a whole lot of that, and I was being generous because I'm a generous person, period. You know what I'm saying? I hate to see a brother, you know what I'm saying, starving and stuff. But I gave him some of my Snickers, top ramen. Top ramen is a man. And then what they call it, that shit is important. Like tortillas and shit. Some of the motherfuckers that was in the Serrano gangs, they was making burritos in that motherfucker. You feel me what I'm saying? You know, some of the Nathaniel gangs, bro, they was making burritos. And we don't even have burritos. They didn't have burritos in jail, bro. They was making burritos in that motherfucker, bro. I'm like, how you get them tortillas in this motherfucker? It's the guards, bro. The guards like, okay, you want tortillas? You got to pay up. And a lot of them gangs, don't get it twisted, bro. The gangs got money, man. A lot of them gangsters and shit that be in jail, the Nathaniels and stuff, them niggas got money. Even though when they in jail, they got thousands in their bank account. You feel what I'm saying? From selling drugs and shit. You know, Nathaniel, he probably got like 100 grand in the bank, bro. Like, so he can like, he can buy motherfuckers, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I want tortilla. Somehow, a motherfucker, you feel me, will buy. Somehow a motherfucker will get a tortilla in that motherfucker. More than just one, like maybe a dozen in the motherfucker. And the motherfuckers make burritos. I was fucking jealous. I kept seeing burritos made in front of me when I was in jail. I wanted some so bad. But I knew that get it. Smoking weed is of the whole entire. I saw one shake down well, when they feel like there's too much shit going on, too much contraband, too much weed, too much fucking goddamn, they'll come in and do a shakedown. It don't matter. But this always in the sheriff department. You didn't hear this from me, but in the sheriff department, brother, there's always gonna be one crooked sheriff or two or three that want to make a little bit of money on the side. It's just the way it is. They get caught sometimes, but a lot of times they don't, man. You feel me? So I envy at this point in my life because I ain't got a whole lot going in my life. Uh, you know, I envy Diddy, bro. Diddy got it going to me. A 4-year sentence, bro. Like that's nothing, bro. And he gonna do half of that. Diddy gonna do half of that. He not gonna do a full 4 year. He's not gonna do a full 4 years, man. He's not gonna do a full 4 years, bro. He gonna do about like half of that. That's 2 years. So he got 2 years of somebody looking after him and paying the bills and making sure he get 3 hots in the cot, and he got money on his books and shit like that, bro. He gonna have a blast in that motherfucker, bro. Like, nigga, you got a bed to lay in, bro? Hey, for real. I would walk up to Diddy, I'd be like, bro, you got a bed to lay in? I don't have a bed to lay in tonight, bro. You got a bed, a soft bed to lay in, bro? Really? That's nothing. Now, when you're talking about a life sentence, that's something that, is very serious, and it's, matter of fact, you might as well say your life is over if you got a life sentence. But you doing only 4 years, nigga? 4 years? That's nothing. And then you're only gonna do half of that. You doing half of that shit, bro. You're gonna do half of the 4 years. You're gonna be out in 2 years. You're gonna be out in 2027. Okay, you'll be able to be out, and you'll be healthy. You'll be more healthier than ever because they in jail, bro. They serve you that healthy shit, the healthy shit that keeps you alive until you're 90. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just trying to tell you motherfuckers. The good things about jail is that they serve you that healthy shit. You ain't getting no McDonald's or nothing like that, or even Pizza Hut in jail, bro. You getting carrots, celery, peanut butter. You feel me? You're getting at the most peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You're getting salami sandwiches. Oh, fuck salami. Not salami. Salami is too good for you. You're getting bologna sandwiches. That's what they give you in jail. You feel me? You're getting bologna. You're getting bologna sandwiches in jail and shit. You feel me? You're getting the most healthy stuff in jail. Carrots, peanuts every now and then with no salt. Remind you, there's no salt on none of the food and stuff in jail. So, to me, bro, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of Diddy, bro. I'm 4 years, somebody taking care of you, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's easy work, baby. That's easy work. Oh, don't cry. Don't cry, doggy. That's easy work, bro. You in jail for 4 years and somebody taking care of you, bro. I know you're not used to it because you've been rich your whole entire life almost. But, bro, to me, 4 years would be walking the park. I'd be like, really? I'm going to do half of that at 4 years? I got I got somebody taking care of me for 4 years. I don't have to worry about no rent. I can lay in a comfortable bed. I don't have to lay on the concrete, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I got access to a shower. I got somebody feeding me every single day, and I don't have to worry about no rent. I don't have women in my life, so you're not really taking no female from my life or nothing like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like I'm getting pussy on a regular. Now I can see it's bad when you got your own place and you getting pussy on a regular. You got a woman, you got a life, right? So it could kind of be scary going to jail. But when you coming off the streets, nigga, a 2 year is basically what he gonna be serving. He ain't gonna do that for. He ain't gonna do that for. He ain't gonna do that for like 4 years. He gonna do 2 years out of that. It's nothing. That's nothing, bro. Be grateful for what you got, Diddy, right now at this point. Be grateful. Be grateful that you didn't get a life sentence. That's what you need to be for, bro. You know what I'm saying? We said beans and bread. Yeah, they got beans in that motherfucker. Rice and beans. Sometimes you get cornbread. Sometimes you get a biscuit. And believe me, biscuits and gravy was good in jail, man. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. That shit was on hit. Now, not all the dishes is gonna be on hit. A lot of them gonna be nasty as fuck in jail. But that biscuits and gravy, woo, that was on hit. Okay, when I was in jail, I had it once. Like my first week in jail, I had biscuits and gravy. Oh, that shit was bomb, bro. That was on hit, bro. Motherfuckers was jumping off the top of the bunk and lining up quick for that biscuits and gravy. Once they found out it was biscuits and gravies, niggas got off the top of their bunk. They was like, biscuits and gravy. Oh shit! Everybody was running to the cafeteria, bro, trying to get in there and get that shit, bro. And then they had chicken teriyaki. That was good in jail. Oh. Hey, chicken teriyaki was on hit, nigga. That motherfucker shit was on hit. Chicken teriyaki in jail? Woo, man. Everybody went crazy for that shit in there, bro. They had niggas jumping off the top of their bunk when they heard chicken teriyaki. Oh, chicken teriyaki. Then they'll jump off the top of their bed real quick. But a lot of them dishes was horrible in jail. Oh man, you take some of that shit, man. Like some of the vegetarian shit, man. The what they call it, the vegetarian and the vegan shit. Oh, that shit was nasty, bro. Everybody was putting that shit on top of the trays, and at the time I didn't have no money on my books, so I was forced to eat some of that shit, man. It was horrible, but I had to eat it because, you know, it takes about it was just like I had to get full, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I had to eat, man. Cause some motherfuckers, they had money on their books, they didn't have to eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? But me, a nigga coming in there with no money on my books, I had to eat it to get full, man. Even though it was nasty or whatever, I had to eat it until I was full. You feel me? So, he said, don't glorify it, you know, going to jail sucks. Yeah, if you got a life, let's say you got a good sex life, you got a lot of money, stuff like that. Yes, going to jail sucks. But when you're coming off the streets and you're not used to a bed, you know, you're not used to people taking care of you, you don't have health care on the streets, going to jail is not so bad coming off the streets. I'm just saying. I'm not glorying, B to B, bro. I'm not glorifying jail, bro. I'm telling you, from a nigga who coming off the streets, it's not as bad as a nigga who got a whole lot of money and got his own place together. You feel what I'm saying? You know. But when I was in jail for 2 weeks, man, I kind of like I didn't like going back into the streets again, man, where I don't have a bed and access to a shower. I didn't like that. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't like it. I was like, I gotta go back into the streets again, man. Man, I don't have access to no shower. I ain't got none of that shit, bro. You feel me? This nigga about to get into an accident. Come on, man. What the fuck you doing, bruh? Wake your ass up, man. Stop driving drunk. Too many niggas driving drunk out here, bruh. So I'm not. Hey, look, bruh. I'm not trying to glorify jail, but it's better than being in the streets. It's better than being homeless. That's all I'm trying to say. Now, if you got a place to live and you living good, you got a, you know what I'm saying, then jail is not for you. But if you've been living on the streets for so long, bro, having access to a bed, having access to you feel me, like having access to like food and water on a regular basis is not that bad. So, so what? Who? Who? That guy? Yeah, I could tell. I could tell. You know. You know. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, it's like it's not as to me. I'm not trying to glorify jail, bro. But it's like it's like I'm jealous of Diddy, man. At this point in my life, I know you. What are you saying, Kelcat, bro? You saying that you jealous of Diddy? I'm like, nigga, I've been on the streets for 7 years. I've been in jail once throughout the 7 years because of some motherfucker who was jealous and he went through my bank. He went through my bag, and found my gun that I paid for. You know what I'm saying? Called the cops on me. And that's the only reason why I went to jail is because they found my own gun on me, bro. And they put me in jail for 2 weeks, which ain't shit. 2 weeks ain't shit going to jail. That's nothing. That's a walk in the park. That's a fucking goddamn going to jail for 2 weeks, you feel me? That ain't nothing but a fucking goddamn uh going to jail for 2 weeks. That ain't nothing but a fucking goddamn vacation or some shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? That's nothing. Diddy, bro, you got, man. Right now at this point, bro, if I didn't have dreams or goals or trying to get the bag, whatever, I'd be like, Diddy, let me trade places with you, bro, for 4 years, for real. But because I got goals, I got dreams, I don't want to trade places with him. You feel me? You know, I don't want to trade places with him. I'm good. You know, they gave me some salmon, some fried salmon. I'll eat this, man. This is good. Like I said, man, to me, I'm like, some guys, don't, don't, don't like, don't glorify jail. Don't glorify prison. It's not all that. It sucks. But let me tell you something real quick. When you've been on the streets, you feel me? I don't like salmon. I don't like salmon like that. I'm good. I don't like that. Ugh. I don't like salmon that's like not cooked all the way, man. Ugh, 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 ugh. I don't like salmon that's just not cooked. I like salmon that's completely cooked all the way. Other than that, it becomes nasty, bro. Ugh. What's up with it? We got Jamie in the house. What's up with it, baby? So I'm telling motherfuckers how I feel about Diddy going to jail for 4 years. It's like, that's nothing, bro. Like, bro, you'll be out you'll be out of that motherfucker in the next like 2 years. You'll be celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas all over again. You just gotta do the time for being a trick. That's all it is, man. You gotta do the time for being a John, nigga. If you do the crime, you gotta do the time. That's what one of the guys told me when I went to jail, man. And they put me in the jail with some motherfucker, man. He was like, man, you do the crime, you gotta do the time. You gotta think about what you do before you do something. So okay, I could go to jail for this, man, but I don't give a damn. I'm horny as fuck. I gotta be a trick. You know, I gotta get on I gotta get in the phone book and call up some male escorts, to satisfy my woman's urges and shit. So you gotta think like, okay, if I do this, I might go to jail. Okay, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. If I go to jail, fuck it. Okay, if you go to jail, don't cry about it then. Okay, you do the crime, you gotta do the time, bro. Simple as that. Simple as that. You know. And it's a roof over your head. Exactly, Hawkins. It's a roof over your head, nigga. A lot of you motherfuckers don't get it, man. Kelcat been out here for the last 7 years. When I went to jail for 2 years, bro, it was like a walk in the park for me. I was like, really? I got access to a shower. I got food to eat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Healthy food too, man. I'm just telling you the good things about being in jail or in prison. You get healthy shit. You don't get that processed shit out here on the open, man. Like out here, you don't even get. I mean, in jail, you don't even get like mustard. Mustard is a commodity in jail, bro. When I got out of jail, all I was doing was putting mustard on my Subway sandwich. You feel what I'm saying? That's the only thing I was doing. Because I couldn't get mustard in jail. You could get mayo and shit like that, but you can't get no mustard in jail, bro. When I got out of jail, I was happy to have mustard on my sandwich. I heard you can have sex with female COs. Yeah, you can, but they got to be feeling you in jail, though. They got to be attracted to you. Some of them females, they can't help their attraction towards you. You feel what I'm saying? They still human beings. I don't know why a lot of them COs in the sheriff departments be hiring women to like watch over men and shit, because eventually these hoes, they're gonna see something that they like up in there, and their hormones and their biological clock. I don't know why I'm saying biological clock, but their fucking hormones and their natural instinct is gonna kick in. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Eventually, they're gonna find something that they like in there, and they're gonna be heavily attracted to these men. Especially if a motherfucker got power, like a gang leader or something like that. On the inside, women are attracted to money and power shit. Even if a motherfucker is in jail, you know what I mean? If he's in jail, he got power still. That's still attractive to a lot of these women up in there, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta remember, these women, they still human. They're gonna eventually find some of these inmates attractive. When I was in jail, they had some fine CO bitches, bro. They had some fine COs, okay? Some correctional officers, like that were fine. They had ass and everything, like a nice big fat ass you could grab onto, like those type of asses. I'm like, damn, what is she doing up in here? And a lot of them bitches was pretty, bro. I heard the gang member when I was sitting at the table, right? And I was sitting like about diagonal from the gang member. That was he wasn't just a gang member, he was a leader. The nigga had tattoos everywhere. He was part of Nathaniel's gang. Okay, he was Hispanic. He had tattoos all over his fucking, like, except his face. He didn't have no tattoo on his face, but he had tattoos on the skull. He had tattoos all over here. And you know, when I heard him say about the correctional officer, he said, "Ooh, I would put that on wife material. Yeah, I would wife that up so good." I was like, damn. I'm like, damn, gang member. Nathaniel's gang member. I didn't know that a lot of motherfuckers was simp like that, man, in the gangs and shit. But he was looking at some female that was in there, man, and she also was Hispanic and shit. He was like, "Yeah, I like to. I'll put her on, man." And I was like, "Okay, man. You see, these women, it's just these women are attracted to power, man. Whether you're a gang member or the leader of the gang members or whatever, they're really attracted to like gang leaders and gang members, bro. Like, women are attracted to power, period, bro. Don't matter where you at or where you from. If you're a gang leader, women are attracted to that. You feel me? You know. For real, I was sitting there, man, eating my peanut butter sandwich with some peanuts on the side, and I had an apple. I had carrots and stuff like that, right? I was eating that shit, and I heard the gang leader say, "Whoa, I would put that up at the house or something like that. I would put a ring on that, you know, or something." He was saying something thirsty like that, and I was like, "Really?" I'm like, "Really?" You know what I'm saying? And he was the leader of the Nathaniel clique, man. He was 5'5", man, but he was one of the most scariest Latino dudes I have ever seen in my life. Like, bro, he had tattoos like all over his fucking goddamn skull, on his chest. That nigga was scary. If you seen that nigga on the streets, you might want to just walk across the street, bro. I'm telling you. You might just walk across the street. Because the nigga had tattoos everywhere, man. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know why they get tattoos like that. You know, law enforcement, they see you with a bunch of tattoos, they're gonna target you, man. They're like, yeah, I know you're trying to show loyalty to your clique and shit like that. Like, bro, you're not supposed to have a bunch of tattoos so cops can like target you and shit. That's not a good thing. Yeah, you use it for skull. He had tattoos and back. He had tattoos everywhere, bro. And I was like, this nigga's scary. You know, eat the lag from the back. Yeah, he had a bald head, man. For real, bro. Like, but he was mature though. It was like he was the leader, but you could tell that, you know, he could have you killed if he wanted to. But you could tell he was very mature. The gang leader that was in jail, he was mature. He was like 32, 33. You know what I'm saying? He was running things in the clique, in the Nathaniel's clique. He was telling motherfuckers to run laps. Like if a motherfucker ain't ran no laps, he'll be like, hey, you gotta run laps today, bro. For real, it was like organized like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was organized up in there. I seen him tell a motherfucker, hey, you gotta run laps today. You gotta run 20 laps around the building or walk 20 laps around the building. That's how it was in jail. You know, with the Nathaniels. You know, but they were cool, man. You know, out here in the Bay Area, they cool. Now in LA, that's different. But in the Bay Area, they were cool, man. They cool. You know, and I didn't have no beef with no motherfuckers up in there, bro. And I didn't want to have any beef up in there. You feel me? I was cool up in there. You feel me? Anyway, I'm gonna end this live. You guys have a you guys. I gotta get sleep. I'm gonna get like at least 10 hours sleep, man. I'm tired. Hellcat is tired. So anyway, you guys have a good night, man. I see y'all when I wake up. I'm sleeping in late because it's the weekend. It's Friday. 12 hours. You guys have a good night. I'm out. You know, I would rather befriend him because if some me, he'd be the same God who could save my life. Yeah, but befriend a gang member, you gotta do something dirty to be part of their clique. That's how they welcome you into their clique. You got to do something dirty to the other gang member to show your loyalty. You feel what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard to do that. But you guys have a good night. I'm going to sleep. I'm tired. See y'all tomorrow when I wake up. Peace.